that beat.
Have a sip, my dear. Cheers to you. Cups up in the air. Cheers to you. Weekend is right here. Cheers to you. Have a sip, my dear. Cheers to you.
Yeah, throw your motherfucking cups up.
Okay. What's up? What's up? Yeah, we live already. What's up, y'all? We back! It's been a little minute. It's been like 2 months off.
Life been lifing.
Yeah.
Y'all missed us, right? I was hearing about it.
We became grandparents, uncles.
Little baby boy.
So, you know, life has definitely been life, but we are back. We're definitely back. We're in the building. We're here. So, let's jump right into it. Pause. Or that. What we gonna talk about right now?
You have so many things to talk about.
Oh, those some nice glasses you got on. What are those?
Yes, these are race pants. I'm loving it. And it feels so light. Like, I forgot I even had glasses.
I see you. I see you shining, boo.
You need to go get some. I'm telling y'all, this is definitely it.
Definitely about to cop my bill. That. Fuck are you over there giggly for, nigga?
We got it.
That was a great promo. Yo, so you know he got glasses now. Yo, he trying to flex. You saw that? You saw that? You saw how it was like segueing into the promo, right? I'm gonna give y'all a good promo. Y'all ready? Yo, race dance. You know, good ass glasses. You see the glasses? Mom got the glasses. Dad got the glasses. We love the glasses, right? New glasses. I wear, right? You want to look at the sun? Race dance. You want to look cool? Race dance. You want to be in the house with no clothes on, glasses on, thinking you cool? Look at my dad. Race dance. Like, come on. You cop you some. It's tough ass glasses too. Just saying.
What we do around here, pimping, because pimping's been pimping since pimping's been pimping. Alright. These motherfuckers be chicken and shit. They living a good life.
Race dance. If you've been drinking and you don't want people to see your eyes going crazy.
Because I was too
Race
busy
dance.
looking good.
That's what's going on right here. Because I've been sipping a little sip, and my eyes are buck wild.
It's dedicated to my art. But so what we want to talk about, what we want to jump into right now, where we starting off. It's been a lot of shit going on.
Right. Let's talk about that guy that killed the officer because the officer killed his son. And
Oh yeah, I respect that.
yeah,
I respect
and
that.
how GoFundMe took down his page.
Yeah.
It's so weird how they took down his page, but that same lady that called the little 5-year-old autistic kid a nigga, y'all kept that page up. And she done raised thousands and thousands of dollars. But that was cool. But that was the old boy getting vigilante justice for his child and he didn't deserve it. Like, come on.
Yeah, that shit is whack. That shit is whack.
Come on.
But, you know,
Hats off to old boy because, I mean, as a parent, I would have did the same damn thing. What about you?
I would have did that shit with no hesitation.
Exactly.
And then them niggas tried to intimidate him in the courtroom with all the officers there. Like, he was supposed to put his head down. Like, nah, I'm holding my head up high. Yeah, I ran that motherfucker over. That nigga killed my son.
It might not have been the one that actually killed the son because it wasn't the one that actually
If y'all had something to do with it, you was there.
But exactly.
Fuck
I'm
that.
sorry. Y'all get away on a daily, consistent basis of killing us. But as long as we do it back, like, nah.
Yo,
Y'all
dude, what the
killed
fuck
that
is up
man's
with you
son.
with the dancing shit? You part of the fucking Temptations?
You gotta hate. Bro, I'm listening to this song. Damn.
They can't hear what you listening to. So to them, it look like you just hate.
To them, it looks like I'm
dancing
bobbing.
on
I'm bobbing. Crazy. I like that. Me.
He's definitely like that. He's not like that.
I'm like that.
Just you and me. Yeah.
Now she joined in.
Yo, stop hating, bro.
I'm not joining in.
No,
Stop hating.
that's because we
Get
have
with the
to
vibe,
Aries.
son.
It's the Aries thing. You know, Cancers, they just don't understand.
Like, come on. I'm being haters. You want to be a
The way
You kiss me when you playing the kissing game. Hey. All right, now. This is what we do, baby.
Anyway, what else do you want to talk about?
Oh, you don't follow basketball like that.
Nah, but I mean, got that.
The finals, well, the conference finals is officially set. So in the West, you got OKC versus Minnesota, Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards versus SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And then in the East, you got the Knicks and the Pacers, who playoff history dates back to 1999.
New York.
The last time the Knicks was in the conference finals was in 2000.
I watch basketball. Like, New York, heavy.
Last year, the Pacers eliminated the Knicks from the playoffs
I don't
in
think
the
it's the same Knicks,
semifinals.
though.
Now, this year,
I don't think it's the same Knicks, but they're gonna eliminate them. No, the Knicks they've been doing their thing.
they healthy. That's what counts. Last year, they wasn't healthy. All I'm going to say is, New York, y'all disrespect.
Yo, how did they hit that man with the Pacers?
He had the Pacers
the
jersey
Pacers
on.
jersey with some dirty garbage.
And he hit him in the head with bags of garbage.
Yo, that's so disrespectful. They almost as bad as the Cowboys fans.
I'm not a Knicks fan, but I will say, if the Knicks win the finals, me and my family will be in New York for the summer. If the Knicks win the finals,
Crazy.
New York, oh, this summer will be, oh my
Yo, they
God.
was talking about calling the National Guard. That's how bad it's going to be.
Because New York don't know how to, listen, next month I'll be 47. All my 47 years on this earth, I've never seen the Knicks win a championship. So, you know,
That old ass thing.
the last time the New York Knicks won a championship,
How old was
my oldest brother was 1.
Damn, my brother was 2.
Her oldest brother was 2.
I wasn't even alive.
So he wasn't alive.
Shit, I wasn't alive either.
We wasn't in our daddy's nuts yet. Like literally, chill. You know what I mean? Like it just wasn't going. But if the Knicks should happen to make it to the finals and win,
Hey, yo, don't be
New
a Times
York,
Square. Don't be a Times Square.
it's not
Times
even
Square.
Times Square. Because if the Knicks win the championship, the celebration is by City Hall. But New York, period. If the Knicks win the championship, New York gonna be on fire. In the summer, I ain't gonna even hold you. The summer is gonna be lit. Yo, not for nothing. If the Knicks win the championship, it might not be no violence in New York for the summer. This might be the most peaceful
World
summer
peace.
you get in New York if the
York
Knicks
peace.
win the championship. Outside of the first 2 days that they win, because the crowds that's down there watching the games and all that, they might act crazy, bug out and all that. But once the parade happens and all that shit, the Knicks win the championship, this might be the most peaceful summer you get. And let alone, the Yankees is winning right now. Aaron Judd is doing his thing.
Hey, yo, we up.
They bust the Mets on their ass. Like,
That's crazy.
this might be a hell of a summer for New York. I'm just saying.
Oh, man. This being New York, that's crazy.
You can finally walk around with Knicks colors and be proud. Because most of the time, you walk around with Knicks colors on, they be like, oh, you from New York? You rocking the Knicks? You was better off rocking the Yankees or the Mets.
Nobody cared about the bum ass thing.
And really, the Yankees is what hold New York down as far as winning in sports. And the Yankees haven't won in a minute. The last time the Yankees won the World Series was like 2010, 2012, when A-Rod was down with us. Like,
You know,
A-Rod is part owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves. He on the verge of taking his franchise to the NBA Finals.
What do you think will happen if they lose?
Nothing.
None. I feel like people get pissed.
Nah, they'll be mad, but they won't bug out. Like, they'll just be upset.
they just be used to losing. 'Cause
But you will have more damage done if we win. Not we. Let me rephrase that. If they win, because
Yeah, you from New York, bro.
I'm from New York, but
He's not a fan.
I'm not
He's
jumping
not a
on
fan.
I'm not jumping on the Knicks bandwagon. Hell no. If they win,
I have a question.
the city of New York will be bugging. If they lose, it's just like, all right, we was happy we made a push. Then they'll be pushing for next season. You know what I'm saying? But if they win right now, they got a good chance. The window is wide open right now. It's wide open. Somebody could cat burglar this NBA championship with the 4 teams that's left. Me personally, I see New York against the Timberwolves. That's what I see. JB versus Ant-Man. That's what I see. I don't know. I could be wrong, whatever. They lose. I don't give a fuck who win or lose. Because my team is, they like me. They watch this shit on TV.
Damn, bro. This is the second. That's crazy. Yo, you just be having some losing teams, bro. This is the second time we coming up to some grand sports event, and your team is at home
We
watching
got
TV.
2 teams that have not won the championship since the 90s. Am I lying?
You don't even know sports. Why you
But
even
I'm just
talking?
asking. Am I wrong? I'm asking. Am I right or wrong?
You right.
Okay, so don't try to play me because I'm right. I'm
Last
right.
time my basketball team won the championship, 98.
What about your football team? When was the
Football
last
team,
time?
95.
Exactly.
team got any,
Since
like,
the 90s.
notable
I mean, I
players?
give it to him. He
Like, any,
is
like, real,
definitely
like,
a loyal
players?
fan, but at the same time, I don't know. He don't know when to give it up because you ain't getting
I
another
don't even
Michael
really say it's
Jordan.
him not giving it up.
If you quit,
I feel like
You ain't giving another
fuck
Michael
not a
Jordan.
fan on you.
I
You
don't
gonna
know
quit?
enough. But I feel like it's just
No,
your
because
coaches.
it's okay to be a fan of the person.
I feel like it's just
like a
your
Michael
coaches.
Jordan fan. Doesn't just because you're a fan of
That's
Michael
the
Jordan
problem. See?
doesn't mean you have to be a fan of the Bulls.
You see
You're
what
a
she- you
Michael
see what
Jordan
she's saying?
fan.
So if
However,
you're,
he is a fan of the team.
What she's saying
More than
is-
likely the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls, which is no longer and is never coming back. Hopefully they can get it, praying that one day they do get someone that is just as good or just as good as Michael Jordan to bring them back up
I'm
where
saying it's just the coaches.
they were.
They're not picking the right players.
But the Cowboys,
First off, there will never be another Michael Jordan. That's one.
I said just as good.
Not just as good, no nothing. There will never be another Michael Jordan. That's one. 2, when you do the favorite player shit, that means you start team hopping. That's like people that follow LeBron James. Wherever he go, they go. You know what I'm saying? When he was on Cleveland, they was diehard Cleveland fans. He left Cleveland, went to Miami, they was diehard Miami fans. He left Miami, went back to Cleveland, they was diehard Cleveland fans. Left Cleveland, went to LA, now they diehard LA fans. I don't rock like that. I'm a diehard Chicago fan. I have my certain players that I follow. If they my favorite player, I'll follow them. And I'll root for them until they play against my Bulls. When they play against my Bulls, sorry. You my nigga, you my favorite player, but you going up against my team, I gotta root for my team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So with that being said, you feel like your team needs to win. You were a coach, what type of change would you make?
first off, I wouldn't have so many guards on my team. We got a bunch of guards. Lonzo Ball, I would get rid of him.
Really?
We paying him all that money to do what? He's been hurt the last 2 or 3 seasons. last season, he just started to come back, but he was on the bench. Like, I'm not paying you $83 million to be on my bench. Like, get him up out of here. In the draft, we need to draft like a small forward, power forward. Somebody that can stretch the floor. Pause. Somebody that can stretch the floor. Give Billy Donovan like 1 or 2 more years as the coach. If he can't get us past the play-in, then he needs to go. Because the last 3 years in a row, we lost to Miami in the play-in tournament. That shit is crazy. Like, it's ridiculous. Other than that, we in the rebuilding stage. We be all right. We just gotta pick right and get the right coaching staff. But I don't do the bandwagon shit. Like I'm always gonna stick with Chicago. Like one of the main reasons why I started fucking with Chicago. Everybody think I started fucking with Chicago because of Jordan. I started fucking with Chicago because of the colors. Those are my favorite colors, red and black. I got 4 favorite colors, red, black, blue, gray. But that red-black combination, that shit is crazy. Look at my shirt, black and red. That shit's crazy. Like, come on, this is what I do, baby. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I'm in red and black or black and red, I look sexy as hell. I'm a beautiful motherfucker. You know what I mean? Cameron always do me right. Pause. That shit sounds crazy.
Yeah, Cameron do you right? It's crazy. Cameron do him right,
that shit sounded crazy just now. But y'all get what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? What else you got on your mind? What else? Let's talk. Like we here. We ain't been here in like 2 months. We got a whole lot of shit to talk about. I don't want to talk about the Diddy shit and the baby oil and all that. Like that shit got crazy. You know what I'm saying? The Diddy case is wild, but I don't got no comments on that. Because that shit could go either way.
Taj, come here. Come here. Sit down. Don't do that. Sit down. Sit down. Hold on. Hey, bro, don't be lame. Sit down. Come on. Taj, Shamar Poland. Right? Since I got my soccer ball, how many games? So, but for y'all that don't leave. For y'all that don't know, I just bought me a soccer ball. My mom just bought us some nets, right? He kept saying for the longest time ever that he was gonna dust me at soccer, right? How many times have you beaten me so far, Taj? 5?
Talk on the mic. Let's go.
Why you lying?
One time.
Now, I'm gonna let you know about that one time. That one time, what happened was, right? I fell. I fell, right? He was about to kick the ball in. I grabbed the ball. He was like, hey, you're not supposed to grab it. I'm like, yeah, you're right. My bad. It's your ball. I take the ball. Next play, I take the ball away from him. I score the goal. He was like, nah, that's not fair because I was about to score the goal the last game. So I was being nice to him. I was like, fine, I'll give you my point, right? You can have the point. So that's how he won that one. He didn't even really win for real. I scored his goal, right? But I want y'all to know, if this kid ever talks any shit about playing soccer and being good, he's lying. I dust him every single day. Every time we go out and play, I dust his ass, okay?
All I want to say is that these niggas is battling, dusting each other, and picking balls.
Okay.
Like they dusting balls. He said he dust his balls. Like, that shit crazy.
Yeah, we bouncing balls into a net.
See?
We throwing balls to the other nigga. Like,
These
so he
niggas
can
is
run with
bouncing
the
balls,
like,
throwing balls, catching balls, kicking balls. These niggas is the ball lovers.
You the ball lover. You the biggest ball lover in this house. What are we talking about?
How you figure?
Baseball.
You watch niggas bounce balls up and down the court. You watch niggas throw balls up and down the field. You watch niggas tackle each other for the balls. You watch niggas kick the balls. You watch niggas run for the ball. Like, what are we talking about? They shoot them balls in the nets. Like, what are we talking about?
I give the balls. I feed the balls. I don't know what they talking about. I don't know what they talking about.
Watch men give balls to other men.
I don't watch men give balls to other men. Hey, listen. Listen. All I'm saying is,
And they were so good at throwing balls, they went pro.
I know, but not me. I'm saying I deliver balls, I throw balls, I drop the balls off. You know what I'm saying? The balls be clapping. Oh, you know when they
No, I really don't.
Oh, you don't know. Oh, you don't know. Same way you eating that food. Hey, can we go on to the next topic? Let's go on to something else.
Let's talk about baby oil.
What? No.
Let's talk about baby oil.
No. Why are we going to talk about it?
So we go from balls to baby oil?
Yeah, let's talk about the Diddy shot. What y'all think about that?
They don't want to talk about baby oil. You know why she want to talk about baby oil, right?
No. You don't want to know.
Don't.
You don't want to know.
Why do I talk about baby oil?
Why you ask the question?
Trying to figure out what he
Why do
know
you
that
want
I
to
don't
talk
know.
about baby oil so bad? Like why we trying to...
Hey.
I was just trying to talk
My
about
name
baby
ain't Diddy, but I be having some baby
Why
oil.
don't you talk about the
oil. I
Cowboys?
know we should stop. Stop
Why
it.
don't you talk about Cowboys?
The Cowboys schedule?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up.
That shit crazy.
They did us dirty.
They schedule is crazy.
But one thing I like about the Cowboys
First
schedule,
game they played it.
we going to Vegas.
Damn, they do not want your ass winning, bro.
We going to Vegas. When the Cowboys play the Raiders, we gonna be in Vegas. You heard? Sure as hell ain't you. It's me and Miss Race things right here.
That's what that is.
Hey, non-factor. Babysitter, yo. We be back. Nah. Oh, he gets, you
Good
see,
job, buddy.
he gets paid, but he don't get paid. Oh. Is he chipping in for any bills right now? No. He's 20. At his age, I was with my mother. I got a team of friends that'll tell you like, nah. I watched this nigga come in the house. Mother hit him like, yo, T, the Con Ed bill is such and such. The light bill is such and such. The rent is such and such. The phone bill is such and such. I go right in my pocket and give up my dividends. Boom, 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 boom.
Fortunately
he
for
don't gotta
me-
do that. But to him, we as parents, we just here. Like, I don't ask y'all for money.
Fortunately for me,
y'all don't do
I
nothing
wasn't
for me.
living at home at 20, so I still was paying bills, but I wasn't living at home.
But we don't do nothing for him though. Now you say it all the time. Leave it up to him like, yo, my parents don't do nothing for me.
I did, first of all.
Let him go outside. Listen,
Wildly out of
we
context.
in hot Atlanta, right? Let him go fuck with them water boys. Watch what them water boys tell him.
The
like,
water boys is worse
Them
than the
niggas gonna be
Thunder
like,
Boys.
yo, what? Like, yo, so you out here hustling? What you doing? Nah, I'm just tired of my mom, my dad telling me to do this and that. Like, yo, you be chipping in for bills and shit? Nah, you know, they
When
pay
did I ever
everything.
say
but-
all this?
Yo, you don't never say like, I don't ask y'all for nothing. I don't ask y'all for nothing.
They always say, all right, I'm gonna tell y'all. They always say, oh yeah, yo, y'all spoiled. I'm like, how am I spoiled? I don't ask y'all for nothing. I'm not saying, oh man,
See what I'm saying?
y'all don't do nothing for me. I don't ask y'all for nothing. What makes me spoiled if I see, hey, yo, we gotta handle this, we gotta handle that. I'm like, all right, I want this. I'm not gonna ask them. I'll figure out some other way to get it. I don't want to ask them too much, lot of stuff. How does that make me spoiled?
It's not about you being spoiled. It's about your word. You make it seem like you living by yourself. Like we don't help you. You know what I'm saying? No, it's how you make
It's
things
not
seem.
right.
You make it seem like, yo, I'm on my own. I'm out here, I'm struggling. It's like that movie when Bow Wow won the lottery, that lottery ticket shit. And his man was like, yo, I'm out here, I'm broke, nigga. I'm trying to get money, yo. And that's how he make it seem like he just out here broke, starving. He don't get no play. he don't get no plates. Like we keep him trapped in a room with some shit. You know what I mean? I showed his mother a little clip the other day, yesterday. And she was like, "Oh, that's what you're trying to say about me?" No, that's not what I'm trying to say about you. It's just something that people lose focus on.
Basically,
it's like
compare your life to other people's lives.
It's like if you're looking at something on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, you see somebody living something, you're like, damn, I wish I could live like that. The same way you wishing to live like that with somebody else, is somebody else wishing that they could live like how you live, because they don't have it. It's like if somebody come to your house and they're looking like, damn, this is how y'all live? Like, damn, I wish I could live like that. There's some people that want to have a certain closeness with their parents, but they don't get it. Their parents might provide them with everything they want. I got money, crib is fat, blah, blah, blah. Some of them just want attention from their mother or their father. They don't get it. Their mother or their father think that if they just give them anything they ask for, they're satisfied. If you want these new sneakers, you can get the newest sneakers, you can get the newest game. Here, put money in your pocket, all that. They might just want attention from their parents. Then the kids that get attention from their parents, but they don't have no money, they might want money. It's always somebody is never satisfied. That's like that Prince song, you know what I'm saying? When doves cry, you know what I mean? Because you're never satisfied. You always want something. Yeah, sometimes it's cool not to be satisfied, not to settle. But sometimes you gotta look at certain things and be like, yo, I'm grateful for certain things. You know what I mean? Like we down here in the A we live in, you know, at times we might be like, yo, tired of this and weird and shit. You don't want to be here. Go back to New York. Then you go back to New York. Ding dong, boom, bang, bing bang. You know. We still got our crib in New York. You go there, you looking like, damn, do I really want to come back here to live here?
Nope.
To go to
Nope.
what I left, like, no. Nobody want to go back to living in pissy elevators and all that shit. But at the same token, if you got that, we got that. So we could go. We have an option. You know what I'm saying? We come down here, we chill. We want to go up to New York, we chill.
And not for nothing, down here we're not on top of each other. It's so crazy because living in New York and then moving and living outside of New York, you really get to see that. The amount of money you spend on rent, you don't get any bang for your buck. Like, here we have space. We're not on top of each other. Everybody has their own space in New York.
Oh, we on top of
Maybe the same amount of rent that we
just
pay
not
for.
on top of each other like we was
The-
back home in New York.
The amount of money you spend on rent in New
But
York.
we on top of each other. Ain't that right, baby?
Ew.
See what I'm saying? Now she want to act commercial because we on camera.
You know what? You're Aaron.
She like,
Oh, wait, no, not the ears. But it's just like in New York, you realize that the amount of money that you spend on places that certain places live, you don't really get too much. You might be satisfied if that's all you know, but then when you expand your horizons and you get to see how other people are living for the same amount of money in different states, it's just like, damn, like I'm spending like 2 G's for a corner compared to what the 2 G's would get you in another state.
facts.
So it's just like, do I want to go back? You missed it because that's your home. That's what you know. You used to the loudness and the hanging out on the block and the loud music and
That shit
everybody
is
having.
fun.
It is. It's a lot of fun. But then when you live on the other side, it's like you don't have that same thing. So you do miss it because of those things. But it's just like, okay, once you go back and get to taste of those things, you're like, all right, it's over. I want to go back.
But this shit, but also in the South, this shit is overrated as well. This shit is overrated. This shit is not like how everybody think it is. Like you get to certain areas, you go to the club. Shit is.
I mean,
It's the same, but it's not the same. Like out here, I done witnessed and seen more motherfuckers get killed at fast food restaurants in my
gas
life
Yeah.
than I ever seen in New York. In New York, niggas get killed for a reason. These niggas out here killing niggas for an eighth of marijuana. Marijuana is legal in New York.
But I mean, you got
Atlanta, y'all niggas need to legalize this shit because if you killing a nigga for an eighth, right now an eighth of motherfucking marijuana is 3.5 grams. And niggas is ready to kill a nigga for that. That shit range from $25 to about $100 depending on the potency of the weed. But nigga, it is not that serious. Nigga, here, you about to kill me for this
I
eighth?
just feel
You
like,
can keep that eighth.
anywhere you go, though, people are dying for the most stupidest reasons. Like, in New York, you got people that always stepped on my Air Force One, I'm gonna shoot him in the face. Like,
Nah,
it's
but you
just
don't get
stupid.
you don't
Like,
you don't get that. And then out here in
it might
Atlanta,
not be televised, but I'm pretty sure it's still happening.
it's happening, but it's not happening as frequently. Out here,
I mean, out here,
nigga,
you see the most.
I just watched something on the news today, right? Mosquito bit me. That's why I keep scratching.
Oh, that's
I just
another
watched
thing.
something on the news today. Nigga in Charlotte, a Popeyes worker got charged with attempt murder over some burnt biscuits.
Yeah.
Let me say that again. Popeyes worker in Charlotte, North Carolina, popped the nigga because these niggas was fighting because the customer was mad because he got burnt biscuits.
To me, I mean, I feel like people these days don't have no regard for life. Like, if you can step back and open up
Hood
fire,
slap, not to cut you off. Them motherfuckers deserve
definitely
fuckhead of the day,
and a hood.
aka hood slap.
I just feel like these days, no one has any regard for life. Like, if you could just open up and start shooting in a playground or on a bus or on a train or at a school, you don't give two shits about anybody or anyone or whatever. You're just doing what you gotta do. And it's sad because, not for nothing, the other day on the news, we seen a post where it was an 11-year-old boy out here in Georgia got fucking shot, got shot in his head. 11, like, what could he have possibly done at 11 years old? Nothing. And the other day, another one, 3-year-old girl got shot in her head. What did she do at 3? Nothing. Nothing that was involved in her, but got caught in the crossfire of other people just shooting. And it's just stupid. Like, these babies are losing their lives for something that they have no control over and nothing to do with. And I mean, it can happen anywhere, but it's just like, damn, like, really?
What you got to say? I gotta know. I just seen an article today, right? Seen a chick. She borrowed $200 from a dude, and she couldn't pay the money back to the dude. So, in return of her $200 debt, she gave him her 5-year-old daughter. And he sexually assaulted her and then killed her. And she was 5 years old. And, you know, y'all give all these protesters about like the pro-choice and all that stuff, the abortion and no abortions and all that stuff. Like, don't force these people to have kids, because there's a lot of motherfuckers that's running around here that don't deserve to have no fucking kid. And then you read in stories like this and y'all still think it's okay and y'all still want to fight people because they're with the having abortions and stuff like that. Y'all want to force this shit on people to have kids. Some people is not mentally ready.
And it's so unfair because these babies didn't ask to be here. They could have aborted them and they wouldn't have to go through the things that you're putting them through in life. It's not fair to them. Like they're getting abused, they're getting sexually abused, they're getting beat up, they're getting mistreated. Like that's not fair because they didn't ask for that. They don't deserve to be put in a situation. They're innocent. And you got these people that looking at their kids, resenting them because they were forced to bring them into this world. That's crazy. Then you do also have these females that don't really want to be because you want the man. You think that having his baby means you're gonna keep him. That don't work either. If he don't want to be a father, guess what? He's not gonna be one. He not gonna be one. If he don't want you, guess what? A baby ain't gonna make him want you even more. Some men are good men where, okay, dude, you have my baby. I don't want you, but I'm gonna take care of my kid. And then you try to use your kid as leverage for this dude. Like, nah. Why are you putting my kid?
This is my kid, you know what I'm saying?
Like it's just.
He gotta know about the guns and the butter, baby.
It's crazy.
The guns and the
Like,
butter. You know what I'm saying? You get the cars, jewelry, and all that shit. That's the butter, you know what I'm saying? But when you get the guns,
All right.
that's the real estate.
Okay, Melvin.
Well, I'm trying. That's the real estate, artwork. You know what I'm saying? Like,
All right, Melvin.
that's the guns. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, Melvin.
I ain't gonna do you like that.
I just did something like that though.
Go ahead, nigga, talk.
You gotta respect my kid though, because you know he don't like you.
What's it called?
The fuck you think he got here?
There was this lady on TikTok.
Church and popcorn. All right, man. Come on, man. Damn. This nigga acting like a little hoe ass nigga, man. All right, go ahead.
Thank you. All right. So there was this lady, right? I can see you in the camera. Okay. There was this lady, right? She was talking on TikTok, and she was like, that most people, move up.
All right, go ahead.
She was talking about how most people aren't pro-life. They're pro-birth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't want somebody to die, but then she's like, you never know what the hell is going to happen to that baby once it's alive. Like, it could be sent off to adoption, it could be put in a horrible home. You don't care about that. You just care about the fact that the baby's born. She was like, you're not pro-life. That's not pro-life. Pro-life is you want the whole baby and its whole life to live good. That's not what you want. You just want the baby to be born. You're pro-birth, not pro-life. There's a complete difference.
She didn't lie about that because you don't want the baby to be born. You want the baby to be accounted for. But after that, do you care what happens to the child? No, you don't.
And
you don't care.
I grew up, not to cut you off. I grew up where I had like two best friends. You know what I'm saying? And one of them I still keep in contact with to this day. But it's not frequent, you know what I'm saying? Thank God, you know, as sometimes you say, you know, social media is a gift and a curse. But because of social media, I get to interact with him a little more frequently as opposed to if there was no social media. Like I get to watch his son grow up. His son is playing basketball. His son is real good at basketball, real nice. But he was one of my closest friends growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like me and him have a lot of fucking history growing up. It's a story that only me and him could tell this story. God bless the dead. It's about my father. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but only me and him can tell that story. Like, we the only ones that know that story. Can't nobody else tell that story. We could tell that story word for word, script for script. But he grew up in that system where he didn't have his mother and he had to go through the foster care and stay with his grandmother and all that kind of stuff. And I seen how he was treated. I had another friend that went through the same thing that was younger than us. And at a young age, my mother tried to take him in, but the grandmother came in and it was all the legal stuff, and she couldn't get him, so he wound up going to his grandmother. But I experienced the family taking you in just to take you in, just to reap the benefits of you living with them, getting a free check, free money, not really caring what's going on with you. They don't really care about you. They just know as long as you're in their care, they get money. So that carried with me a long fucking way.
You know, it's the great is because when we were placed in a position where we had to advocate for kids, we decided not to. And you had your reasons, and because you've seen it. I have my reasons because I've been in it. Like, I know what that feeling is like firsthand, because it was a point where my mother wasn't in the best space to take care of us, so we had to be placed in foster care. And the foster parent that we had, she took a liking to just one of us, as opposed to the three of us. Because at the time it was me, Evie, and Daron. And she took a liking to one of us and treated the rest of us like we didn't matter. And things happened in the system. Like my mom, I'll give it to her. Even though she wasn't in a predicament where she didn't have us, she fought. Like she tried to get herself together to the point where, I mean, even though she felt she had her father, my grandfather, step up and try to get us. And eventually he did win us back, but we weren't treated the best at all. So I know what that feeling is like, where you are not, and it was all, to her, it was all about a check. Like, thank God she had a roommate, and thank God the roommate took a liking to me and would do my hair and made sure I looked some type of way, because she didn't care, it was just about money. And because my brother happened to look a little bit different from the rest of us, he had a little curly hair, light skin, and that was the one that she favored. And the rest of us didn't get that type of favor. So I know what that's like, and I know firsthand that I would never want somebody that I love to ever experience something like that. So because we were in a position where we could advocate for kids, we decided to do so. Because why put them through something like that when they don't have to be subjected to that? So I get that. Like, he's seen it, your dad's seen it from experience. I lived it. So I would never want a child that I love, or any child that matter, but a child that I'm connected to go through something like that ever.
And that shit is not, it's not cool. Like, when you a certain age, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't even a teenager. I was probably about 8, maybe 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? And your friend lives across the hall. Depending on how you grew up. At the time, I grew up in, you know, a regular tenement building. Not no projects, not no private house, regular tenement building. So across the hall, you might, your door's here, his door might be here, or you might have to go downstairs and go to the next door. You know, so I used to go, like, if his mother wasn't here, where your mom's at? Yo, she like, how long she been going? Yo, a couple of hours. Yo, you got the key? Yeah, lock the door. Come on. Come across the hall with me to my mom's place. You know, the way I grew up and where I grew up at, a lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. So this is a time where I'm gonna give my mother her props. She took a lot of people's kids and treated them like they were her own kids. You understand? And I kind of like, I get that from her. If somebody's in need and they need to stay with me or something, I open my house to them, yo, here. And you can't do it hoping
that you get something in return.
Yeah, you gotta do it from the heart. You just do it because that's how you feel. Don't do it because you expected something. Oh,
that's like
they nice in football, or they nice in basketball, or they rap nice, or they act nice. So I know when they get on,
they gonna look out for me.
They might completely
forget about you.
Forget about you. That's part of the reason why I kind of like stop taking care of people or looking out for people in prison, because it's like when they come home, it's just like. It's a song that's out. It's a song that's been out for years. I don't want to go into who's the rapper that sings the song and none of that stuff, but they talk about that. Like, it's the ones that when you taking care of them while they in prison, they cling on to you. They always calling you. But then when they come home and everything get back to regular and they get back into the swing of things, they forget about you. They forget about who was there.
But then again, it's like what you said, when you do things for people, you can't do things for people with an expectation. You gotta do it because it's the hardest thing to do, and you want to look out for them. Whether they backtrack and be the helping hand for you later on down the line, or whether they forget about you, you know what you did because this is what you wanted to do, not because you was expecting something in return. One thing I can say about my mom, because she got her whole life together, and it's so crazy because she's became that for other people. Like she's became the extra mom, the one that's gonna keep it 100 with you and let you know. So it's so crazy because outside of her 7, she got a whole bunch of other people that call her mommy and actually look out for her as if it was their mom. And it's so crazy because we had a gap in our lives that we didn't have her. But it's just like that. You could be this for everyone else. I mean, she's that for us, but it's a blessing. She had to go through her storm. She had to go through her storm to come out on the other side, and I'm so grateful that she came out on the side and the person that she is today. But that's a lot.
And mind you, I'm gonna cut off. You know, my mother-in-law is a very beautiful person, even though she banned me from fucking Salmon for like. I've been banned for about 2 years now. Like, I think the ban should be lifted already. Like, I don't know what, I ain't gonna curse and all that. I know what I did. I'm just saying, I don't know what I gotta do to get the ban lifted, but, I mean, come on, enough's enough, man. I need that back. Come on, shit. Everybody don't act right, you know what I mean? I'm here, though. What's up?
It's so crazy because my
that's up to you, Nina.
The things that our parents have been through growing up, and this is one thing I'm so grateful for. The things that we've dealt with growing up as kids, and we watched our parents go through, and the different experiences that they had in life. I'm so grateful that our kids know that part, and they've never seen that part of them. So they might have heard it, but they don't know it, and is a blessing because the women that they call grandma and nana is exactly that, grandma and nana. They don't know the things that we had to deal with growing up, and that.
Shout out to my grandma. I love you, Nana. I love you, grandma.
That's a blessing because they don't see that part of them, and I wouldn't change that for the world. Like, I don't like bringing up grandma and nana's past because they don't know that, and they don't need to know that. They just need to know the women that love them, that's been there from them from day one, and that's all that matters. I hate when other people try to bring it on. They don't know that. They don't need to know that. And if they choose to want to know that, then we're not the people to tell them. They're here, ask them, and let them feel comfortable enough to tell you their past, or if they want to, let them say it. Like, it's not for us to tell. It's their story. So I feel like if they want their grandkids to know, that's where they should.
My bad.
That's where they should get the story from, not from us. Because their story, our version of the story is not their version of the story. So I feel like if they want to know that story, then they need to go to the source, not to us. But I tip my hat off to the women and the grandmas and nannies that they are to their grandkids today, because they wear that title proudly, and they're active in their grandkids' lives.
I said what I need to say. I love you, Grandma. I love you, Nana. I love you, man. Grandma taught me how to cook. She taught me how to make some chicken whenever I need to, especially. Man, I don't know if Nana's watching. Nana, you know, when I see you, you gotta make some French fries. Oh, Lord, my Nana knows. Every time I come over to New York, I need to go to her house, make some French fries, sit down, chill out, enjoy my time over there. I love my Nana.
Get it.
Love being over there.
So I mean, everybody goes through something. It's just like, but to advocate for a child is something that you gotta take serious, wholeheartedly. You can't sit there and think, oh, I'm gonna advocate for this kid, and I'm gonna take this kid in, and maybe this kid might be not, because that kid might not even want to accept you as an advocate. They may still want to be with their parents, and you gotta swallow that. But you can't change who you are to them, because they need that love and they need that support. So you gotta do that, like. And sometimes that grass ain't greener on the other side, and sometimes you gotta sit there, let them experience what it is that they need to experience, fall back, let them do it, and if they don't like it, you also gotta be open, have an open heart, and let them come back and continue to nurture them and be there for them. Like, it's not an easy thing to watch kids get hurt, but sometimes that's how you learn. They gotta learn that, and you just fall back and let them learn, and then once they fall, you gotta just be there to pick them up and love them back to house, because they're gonna need it. Yeah, they are.
Kids, assholes.
Kids
Yeah,
are.
they definitely
They don't not become assholes until they get a little older.
And realize.
But for a little bit, especially if you take your kid, you're gonna have to deal with a little asshole. Okay, like for a minute, you're gonna have to deal with a little asshole. You gotta just know how to like push through that. You gotta know, hey, I love this little asshole. You know what I mean? Like, you're a little asshole. But
No.
I love you, little asshole.
But you know what's crazy? They become more as poets, or however you want to power phrase it, when you give them more freedom. The more freedom you give them, the more they become assholes.
But I feel like the less freedom you give them,
It's not on the back of the
I feel like the less freedom you give them, they become assholes too.
It's not there for you. Yeah, give me that.
I feel like the less freedom you give, like I feel like you gotta work a perfect balance. 'Cause I feel like I know a lot of people who like mom is real strict. They do shit just to spite people. Like I know a girl whose mom completely just don't let her go out, and now she be drinking all the time. She be messing with bad dudes. I feel like it's like you need to find that like perfect balance where it's like you free. At the same time, nigga, you still my kid. Like, come on.
Nah, it's not a perfect balance, right? Because a lot of my friends back in the days, they used to do that. Like, oh, I love your moms let you. Nah, you gotta know what's going on in the streets. So you have to build a rapport with your kids, right? Of course, you want to be strict because you want to still keep that parent figure or parent authority with your kid. But like I always tell you and your brothers, y'all got the freedom to go outside and do what y'all want. Like, do what you do. But I always ask mainly two things of them. One, don't go out there and be a follower. Two, Know your fucking surroundings. Know what's going on around you. So that's why I don't try to keep y'all sheltered in the house.
It's so
Because
crazy.
the ones that be sheltered in the house
Be the ones that
always
wild
be
out.
the ones that either get killed or they out there running amok.
You know it's so
Whether
crazy.
it's male or female. If it's a female, she's one of two things. She's either a slut bag.
No wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
She's
you
either
know-
a slut
you know
bag
what-
or she's the one setting things up.
You know what's so crazy?
And if you're a male, you're either leading the pack or you're following.
But
You getting bullied into some shit. Yo, I don't want to go and do that. Nigga, you going to do that. Whether you like it or
Right,
not.
you wind up doing it. You know what's so crazy is because your guy, I think she had to be like 13, 14, and her mom let her go to a cookout. So, like, she was at the cookout for maybe like an hour or something. Yeah, she was at the cookout for like an hour, and then that's like, oh, let's go to the cookout, see what it is. I'm like, well, where's this cookout? And she like, 149th in the park over there. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go. So we go, and we walk up on the scene, and it's like a whole bunch of guys from different areas that they drinking and they smoking. So I grabbed it to the side. I'm like, come here, let me say something. She's like, what? I said, usually you're surrounded with a whole bunch of kids, boys, but everybody's from different areas and they drinking and smoking. I'm like, nothing good can come of it. And she's like, what you mean? I'm like, by before the end of the night, something will happen. Nothing good will come. Pay attention to your surroundings. I'm looking at it and I see, like, it's not, nothing good can come of it. And she like, I see you bugging. Mind you, we on 149th in the concourse. By the time we got to 165th in the concourse, her friend was calling her like, oh, they shooting at us. And I just looked at her and she was like, wow. And I was like, remember what I said? To this day, Messiah is 20. No. Yeah, she's 26. Yeah, she's 26. Messiah to this day, she's like, auntie, I listen to that to this day. Like, I don't, know your surroundings. And she's like, I don't, too many guys or
Like
something. I don't do it.
Somebody could preach to you all day, all night. If you don't want to listen to what they got to say, find it there the age where go Google some shit.
Like,
They going over there, Google that app.
like I know y'all sit back and y'all think,
Yo, you know what? You're now good.
my parents is constantly complaining, and my parents is, the things that we try to tell you is not things that we just talking. It's things that we've seen, we witnessed, we've embraced, and we want to prevent you guys from experiencing those things.
Now, that's why it's like, oh, bad people gonna be there. I don't know, half these.
That's
niggas-
like that when you was like, oh, we going to, and I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, it's not, when I say no, it's not because I'm trying to stop your fun. It's because I don't want you caught up in a situation where you sitting there trying to figure out, hey, am I gonna live or am I gonna die from this situation?
I don't even
I gotta
put
get out of
myself in
here.
this.
Like, and
Somebody
that's one
invite
thing.
you to
No,
a-
that's
somebody
one.
invite you to a place where it's like, I don't know who the hell these people are. I'm not there. I'm there for like 10, 15 minutes and I'm leaving. I'm not even that much of a social person. I already know that.
But that's one thing. That's one thing I can say about our group. All of them. All four of them, because, you know, Pop is still a baby. But all four of them. I do.
Pop don't like being around people now.
No, but yeah, but what I can say is that
That's you like
I love the fact that you guys have your own individual personalities and you guys are so introverted. Like, y'all see friends, like, hey, how you doing, whatever, but y'all not the type of kids to be like, oh, I'm gonna go do that. Well, the three of y'all know, because Taj is still growing, and sometimes he can be a follower.
Taj's problem is more or less now as he's getting older, he's not a follower. It's just that Taj has a fucking smart ass mouth. And my main thing with him is, nigga, know how to knuckle up. And then even with that, if you know how to knuckle up, if you know how to knuckle up too good, nigga don't want to fight you.
Yeah, they want
If
to.
you're known for beating niggas up, nigga, like, I'm not fighting nigga. Then let it alone if you get sized on it. Like me, I was
We
going.
gotta end this.
Huh?
We gotta end this. We only got 1 minute left. It says remaining. Time remaining. 40 seconds.
Shit, we about to-
Oh, we're about to get booted.
Hey, yo.
We just want to say Thank you for tuning in to Life Be Lifing.
You was about to continue this podcast, not know this shit shut off a while ago.
Thank you guys for tuning in. I know we've been going for a minute, but we're back with the jump off. Thank you
Maybe next time. We done.
for tuning in.
Hey, thank y'all. Have a good day. For YouTube people, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You know, like shit. You know, if you want some more, just put it down in the comments. If people on Instagram, you can do the same thing. I know y'all see it. So, you know, without further ado,
Life be lifing.
Red Cup Gang. On you mob niggas.
Race day.
On WB niggas. The Lauren Boys. Dark Side niggas.